G'day, nosebleeders. Nosebleeders? What's this about? You know, I just thought it'd be funny if my very small audience would call themselves the nosebleeders and represent the nosebleed nation, y'all, because dang it, I am proud to bleed out of my nostrils.
Nosebleeders, rise up! Rise up against the oppression of nosebleeders!
I sniffed and inhaled some of it. Oh, gosh, it stinks.
12 seconds later.
So, autism memes. As someone who both suffers from autism and is a connoisseur of sorts of edgy online content, I thought this would be an interesting topic for me to cover. And not so much out of I have autism so I can speak on this, you need to take your profit, but more that I can kind of be a bridge between two different worlds. Now, my first experience with autism related memes was sour ones, you know, woe is me. I think firstly I came across one from PewDiePie and then another one by behind the meme.
Wake me up inside,
Oh, I also found some ones from iDubbbz after discovering his Content Cop series, which is pretty flipping good, mate. Wow, this video is really disorganized. Just like my grey matter. Anyway, so when I came across these examples, particularly the second one, which is very odd for an otherwise inoffensive channel, my response was something along these lines. Now, I don't really get offended over these kind of jokes anymore, but at one point they did offend me, and I can understand why they offend other people. The thing about autism is it is a very commonly misunderstood condition, and I can understand where that misunderstanding comes from. I was worried that I was repeating myself, but I guess I'm alright. The thing about autism is that it is on a spectrum from people who are quite mild to people who are quite severe. It's not a one-size-fits-all condition. I can understand some of the misunderstanding, even between some categories. There's a lot of variance, like, you know, Chris Chan, for example, describing himself as high-functioning, and I'm someone who fits into the high-functioning kind of category. And so looking between me and Chris Chan, it's like, how do these people fit in the same category? So the misunderstanding is understandable. The thing about a lot of autism related memes compared to, say, the respecting women meme is that it's not funny because it's wrong in real life. It's funny to those who think that that's what autism is. With the respecting women meme, it's funny in a joking sense because in real life, we find violence against women to be absolutely abhorrent. So when it is portrayed in a joking sense, initially what it does, and it's a reaction that's so quick, but what it does is it leads to a major increase in arousal, which for those who find it funny is relieved through laughter. So if anything, respecting women memes actually confirm the fact that violence against women is wrong. While a lot of autism related memes kind of play into people's negative perception of autism. So people can very often feel offended when they feel that the condition is being poorly misrepresented and is kind of encouraging and furthering negative perceptions of the condition, which are a bit of an exaggeration to generalize to most people with autism. So with all this in mind, what can you do about autism memes?
Nothing! You lose! Good day, sir!
Well, at least that's the short version. If you stick with me, the longer version has a bit more of a hopeful spin on it. The thing about memes is that memes don't care about your feelings. Everyone who's not versed in memery is like, what's so funny? What's so funny? I don't get it! Facts don't care about your feelings. If I just maybe wear this, there it is. Facts don't care. That's probably offensive. I'm sorry. When you tell people online not to do something, they'll either A, do it more, or they'll start doing it. You can't fight memes. Vice had to learn that the hard way. So is that just it? Not really. Because if you can't beat them, join him. So to describe what I mean by that, let's take a look back at PewDiePie. So around the time that PewDiePie was initially kind of delving into some kind of edgier jokes, he was making some jokes that weren't really landing. No. We don't talk about that! I still continued watching PewDiePie, and at one point he made a kind of autism-related-ish kind of well, not derivative, but it branched off a bit differently from your normal kind of autism-ish Play the clip.
Oh yeah? But can you do this?
I found this funny. I found it really funny. And I think the reason why I found it funny was because it wasn't explicitly autistic screeching. It was more just a guy falling over and just going, Whee! So it wasn't really as on the nose. So over time, I kind of became desensitized to edgy jokes that are made online because there's nothing you can do about it by being offended. And I actually started joining in on some of the memes, and this is where it all happens. You know, Now, I love to play online games which has a culture of players interacting together, and sometimes I'll be playing these online games and I'll say something like, hey guys, I have autism, do you want to hear me re? And they'll be like, sure. So I'll just get ready and just re! We're all having a good laugh, we're all having a good time, and then someone will ask, wait, so you actually do have autism? And then I'll reply with yeah. And the usual response I get is, huh. Well, you seem pretty normal. And that's what this is all about. Until now, I've never really looked back at these moments and really thought deeper about how cool of moments they really are and why they work. I thought that they were cool moments and I felt like they were moments where I was able to change people's perceptions, but now it's even cooler than I thought. See, before I even go ahead and say, that's the thing about autism, that it's on a spectrum and that it affects people differently and that there's different levels of severity and that it's not a one-size-fits-all and that, you know, we often just want to be understood, that we find it hard to express ourselves, you know, that we often have trouble with emotional regulation, and that's why kids with autism are prone to having meltdowns. And yes, there are children with autism who are non-verbal, and the reason that they screech is because the level of stress they are under. I think the reason that this works is because, although it sounds harsh, people who make autism-related jokes and find these kind of jokes funny, their perception of the condition isn't going to be changed by a Facebook page run by mums who have children with the condition, because they're not really interested. But when I come along and I'm able to just adjust them, when I come along and I'm able to make this self-depreciating joke and I'm able to laugh at myself, even that breaks down a lot of the generalization of what the condition is, and they realize, well, I guess people with autism aren't just like the negative perception that I had before. The reason this works is because we had a moment of laughter and I'm able to just show them someone who understands their sense of humor and is able to relate to them. And because of all these things, because we had a moment of laughter, because I'm someone with autism who is in on the joke, and because I'm someone with autism that goes against their initial perception of what people with autism are like, they're interested in what I have to say. And when they say, wow, you seem pretty normal, I'm able to say it. I didn't have this plan to try and find a way to change people's perceptions of my condition, but I ended up finding one just by relating to people and by being open and honest. And by using a joke that normally confirms and sometimes creates negative perceptions about the condition, I'm able to change people's perception. That's so cool. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, remember to like, comment and subscribe. I know. I'm desperate here. I'm trying to make this work. I've got to make it work somehow. Until the next video, remember that I love you guys, God loves you guys, and God bless. See you in the next video. Roses are red, violets are blue. Subscribe to Autistic Creators. Oh, that hurts. Oh, and YouTube's never gonna live that down.
Hey, how you doing? My name is Diction. I'm a Christian on a mission, and it's with conviction. I sustain the claim that the savior of our race, Jesus is his name, and his game is grace. Hey, how you doing? My name is Diction. I'm a Christian on a mission, and it's with conviction. I sustain the claim that the savior of our race, Jesus is his name, and his game is grace.
G'day, nosebleeders.